In this video, I'm going to show you how to create a custom cursor for your website experience in Framer. So what we're going to accomplish is we're going to set a custom cursor, which is going to appear only when you hover over this image. Now the applications are endless in the sense that you can have this custom cursor throughout your entire site or even throughout entire sections of your site. So the lesson that you're going to learn is going to be applicable for all of these scenarios. So let's get started, and we're going to create an emoji cursor just to make things fun. And I'm going to use the keyboard shortcut Control, Command, and Spacebar in order to prompt the emoji. And as you can see here, we have this emoji, and just going to make it just a little bit bigger. And what we need to do is to create a component out of this. So I'm going to click on create component. I'm going to rename it to fun cursor, and we're going to create it. Now at this point, one thing that we want to be aware of is that whenever you create a component such as this one, there is going to be a fill applied by default, which we want to essentially delete. Otherwise we're going to see the white background, which is not our intent. And once we deleted it by simply clicking on the delete under the fill, we have our cursor. Now at this point, what we need to do is to simply select the image or even the entire section which contains the image. And at this point, we're going to go here under the overlays panel. You're going to see this cursor option. Now if we click on plus, you can select the custom cursor. And we're going to explore also the web cursors in just a moment. I just want to show you how the custom cursor is going to look like. And we're going to select the component from our library. In this case, it's going to be fun cursor. And we're simply going to keep this to replace for now. Now, if we click on play, you can see that the moment that I hover over this section containing the image, we now have our cursor. Now a few things to consider is if you want the cursor to have a particular effect in terms of the transition, you can actually click and adjust the transition as you like. So in this case, if I keep the default spring, basically transition, and the moment that I move this cursor around, you're going to see that you have this this effect. Now from a user experience perspective, I don't recommend going really heavily on these effects because it can hinder the UX, but it can be a nice touch, especially in some sections, or if you need to apply a specific animation or effect to this specific area that you're changing cursor wise. Now there's also another option which is going to be follow. This option though we're not going to explore in detail in this video because it's mainly going to be used to creating specific animations and interactions, and it's going to help you set some of the rules around some more specific use cases. For 99.9% of the case scenarios, simply selecting the default replace is going to yield the result that you want. And on top of that, you can remove the custom cursor which you created, and you can also apply a web cursor, which is essentially going to be one of the default cursors which you have to find on the web. So if you want to, for example, communicate that an area is disabled, an element is disabled, you can select a cursor around these lines. Or if you added an interaction which requires the user to drag and basically press and hold to move an element around, as we've seen in one of the previous videos, you could use a cursor around these lines, so you can easily communicate to the user that this is the intent, such as with the drag element. So this is going to basically make this element more intuitive in your Framer site.